My name is Chindi Varadarajulu, and I have been in the F&B business almost all my life, my working life. That is over 30 years of this experience, which spans Singapore, Canada, and India. And I moved to India about 10 years ago, where I started a restaurant in Mamlapuram. And then we started Pumpkin Tales and the bakery and Zoyu. So this place now has been around since 2018.
Hi, I'm Rajarajeshwari, married, have a son, completed English and masters. For me, I've been in different fields. Food business is completely new. So it's been 4 years since I've joined Chindi in this business, and from there it's been a great experience.
So since I've been in India since 2012, starting a restaurant in Mamlapuram. At that time, I was just concentrating on that. And then I seen a lot of opportunities in Chennai where I felt that this could be expanded, and Chennai was just on the brink of opening up. It was a little bit behind all the other major cities in India in terms of food and entertainment. And we'd seen that opportunity, but we also seen there was a void, there was a problem that we wanted to solve. And the problem being good breads, good pastries, using really good ingredients. And then we started looking for a small place. I roped in my two friends to join me since they live in Chennai. And then we realized that there was a lot more opportunities without just having breads. We thought that we could have a little bit more added to it. So then we decided to have a bakery and a restaurant in together, because I think Chennai was again just at the brink of discovering new tastes and new flavors and new style of eating. So that's how it came, because when you want to start something, there's always a problem and you want to solve that problem. So we decided to solve the problem of not having enough eateries that showcased food outside of the common food or the comfort food that Chennai restaurateurs have been providing. So that's how it started.
So we were looking at one of the hero ingredient when we wanted to start the restaurant. So that whichever vegetable or fruit we choose, it's going to be the main ingredient. So pumpkin is such a versatile vegetable, so we zeroed out on pumpkin. So when we were talking a lot about pumpkin, because we have a soup, we have main course, we have dessert, we have smoothies, like we have a lot of items made with pumpkin. So we talk pumpkin, and pumpkin has always been very close to Chindi. So we decided to name it Pumpkin. There should be the name Pumpkin should be in the name. And why Tales? Because we are three friends, friends for long. It's almost 10 years we've been friends, and we have so many tales to narrate. This didn't happen overnight. We had discussed long to open up a restaurant, so that's why it's Pumpkin Tales.
I think we were what they call the first players for many things. Yeah, taking in my experience from my life in Singapore and my life in Vancouver, we decided to use a lot of ingredients, or come up with a lot of dishes that were not common here, though we do have some common things, just so that some people will just want familiar things. But having a sourdough bread or having pastries that were made from real products, real ingredients, we were very particular about working with farmers, getting dairy which is real dairy. So so instead of using vanaspati, people use ghee, like that. We use real butter, real cream. We get ingredients that are I won't call food very authentic because everybody has got their own style of making, but to get the taste, we needed to get a lot of ingredients, the right ingredients to come up with that flavor. So we worked around that to make sure that we had that we were also in the beginning, we were also very skeptical. We were not sure if the public was going to accept that. So our menu has evolved from the first time we opened. We were a little bit careful in the beginning when we opened with what we want to put, the kind of flavors we want to have, and then slowly we realized that Chennai was indeed ready to get a lot more experimental, and people have traveled a lot, people are more well-read, and people enjoy a different experience other than the ones that Chennai had been given them. So with that initial menu was our base, and from there we developed into something that was very different and unique to a lot of places. And also the fact that we are very passionate about very personalized service, so not only the food, even the service was very different, and always one of the owners is always here to make sure that the food and the quality and the interaction is done the way that we want it to be, which is very different from a lot of other restaurants that has been done here. So we just changed our standards a bit and we stuck to it, and it's worked well for us.
So one more unique point I want to add is we're all women group here.
Yeah, so like I said, when I first moved here 10 years ago, Chennai wasn't ready for it. It was very difficult for me to get very simple ingredients, talking about 2012. And then very fast, everything picked up very fast. Globalization happened and everything opened up and more ingredients were coming in, and the rules relaxed with import and export and stuff. And even within India, there was a lot of people that were growing a lot of things that we could. And anything on the menu is something, most of the things that's in the menu is something that I connect with, that I like. And I think I have a very similar palate to a lot of people in Chennai. So with that, we decided to put in those things. So I know for a fact that, this is the flavor that I want. If you take a very simple dish like a sambar, there's many different ways of making a sambar, from your family to my family to across 100 kilometers to the next state. But this is something that I know and I'm familiar with. Now we take a dish like a laksa, say. There's also many variations of it, whether it's from Thailand or whether it's from Malaysia or whether it's from Singapore. Even in Singapore, everything changes. But this is something that the standard is based on what I know, what I remember, and then the whole team knows that this is how it is. So every time you come, this is the flavor that you'll get because we have standardized this in that way. So that's how we've managed to basically come up with the menu.
So we made the menu consciously so we get the ingredients. So yes, sometimes it is difficult, but as she mentioned, there is a lot of opening up, globalization, food going back and forth. I mean, we are able to get it. So it is not a challenge as we think. We are able to get the ingredients, yes.
And India being so vast and so big, what you may not get here, you may get, say, in Delhi, or you may get in Kerala, or you may get in the northeast of India. There's a lot of similarities in Asian cooking. There's a lot of urban farmers now who say have herbs, who are growing basil or heirloom vegetables that we are into. So it's all available here as well. And some of the things, very few we import. It's been great. I think there's not enough importance or confidence given to women. I love working with women. Even when I moved here 10 years ago, when I started my journey here, a lot of people had that, they were a bit afraid that I may not be able to handle it. The kitchen is a very rough kitchen to be at, but with three of us handling it, we have made sure that it's comfortable for us as well as women. And I think if you know your product, if you treat your people well, if you have your standards set, and if you treat everybody with respect, and people know that you know what you're doing, automatically you will get the respect. We have never been treated otherwise, whether our customers or our suppliers, or even when we call, like, say, people to fix our, say, any engineering issues we have. We don't know anything about it, but you try to learn as much as you can. And we've never had that. We've had young people, young men who we've had trained ourselves in the kitchen. So everybody treats each other with respect. So in that aspect, I think it's we are paving a path for other women entrepreneurs, other women who want to come into this industry, to say that, hey, you know what, it's really not bad anymore. And it's very encouraging to see young girls coming and joining us from different parts of India, their mom allowing them to travel, to be with us. We make sure it's safe. So it's not just us, three of us who are the entrepreneurs, it's also our team. We have young girls as young as 19 years old come and join us from different parts of India, and we make sure that everybody is comfortable working here.
So the guests who walk in also they identify us that it's a team of women, and they really appreciate. So we feel very nice. They give us a pat on the back, so it feels very nice to know that. Yeah, I think it was very good. So, in fact, we are very surprised. A lot of young people come here, the fitness enthusiasts, and people who are more conscious about their health, what they eat. Such people come here most of the time. So, I think that itself is an indication that yes, this food is being accepted in this city. Yeah, our age group is definitely in between 25 to 40, 50, and of course beyond that also. But definitely everybody has accepted, and we see a lot of repeats. People keep coming back again and again. I think the food is what is bringing them back.
We did have some challenges, but right as soon as the lockdown happened, we quickly changed. We knew this was going to be, we didn't know how long, but we knew that for a few months at least things were not going to be normal. So we had to quickly think on our feet. We made some changes. Our team never left. We have accommodation in the building, so we kept everybody safe. We did have a limited menu, more so because we didn't want to waste a lot of things. We didn't know how much people will come. We did face some difficulty in getting some supplies, but our customers were very understanding. There were many times we couldn't serve a certain dish, or we didn't have a certain takeout container and stuff like that. There were those challenges that we actually overcame by being very creative. But we also have very good rapport with our suppliers, so that really made it all happen. And I think everybody, the team worked with suppliers, with my team, with my partners, everything worked out very well. I don't think so. In fact, I think people were more indulgent. After, I think people wanted more comfort food and lots of desserts, so lots of bread sold. We definitely sold a lot more bread, and people discovered bread. We've always had quite a bit of healthy food in the menu, but then having this extra healthy, or having people coming in and wanting this whole, that wasn't the case. People were, on the contrary, like I said, people were wanted more indulgent, and it's comfort food that they were looking for. So that really didn't change much.
Yeah, so mostly, as I already mentioned, high network individuals and more travel, people who have traveled quite a bit and who are health conscious. And yeah, such people generally visit us because they identify our food. They've already tried this probably when they were traveling, so they connect themselves with the food. So we get such type of people.
We also, age demographic, I would say our medium age should be about 30 to 50, 55. We do a very good breakfast rush. So the thing about this is that we have on the weekdays we have office goers, the weekends we have families coming, we have lots of friends coming, we have celebrations happening here. We also have a lot of people who sometimes surprise us because we're not sure if they're going to like the flavor, who we feel that haven't traveled much and stuff, but even they seem to like. So we do have a very broad demographic. So the vegan cuisine is very is up and growing. There's a lot of people who want to be vegans for many reasons. If you look at Asian cuisine, Southeast Asian cuisine, if it's vegetarian, it's going to be vegan. Because in Southeast Asian cuisine, or even in South Indian cuisine for that matter, other than ghee, even ghee is not very South Indian. But if you look at Southeast Asian cuisine, if it's vegetarian, there's no milk or cream or dairy added in any Southeast Asian. So very naturally, very organically, our vegetarian Southeast Asian food was vegan. When that happened, a lot of vegans were very excited, and then we seen that there's a lot of interest for vegans to want this. So we increased the vegan options that we have. And even otherwise, there are a lot of people who are vegetarians who actually like vegan food. So we very daringly we add vegan dishes in there. And there are vegetarians who would say, okay, we have a vegan pizza, but maybe they want to add some cheese to it, and we're okay with that. So we also wanted to show that vegan food doesn't have to be boring, you know, it's actually very, very interesting and very tasty. So it has, again, one of those things that we did think about because we saw the demand for it, and so we consciously made that effort. Like our new menu that came up a few months ago was consciously, we had vegans in mind, and where we could tweak things very easily to make it vegan. There were a lot of people who have approached us to open more places, to do all of that. We don't want that. We want to be just where we are at. We are very happy. We want to make sure, you know, I mean, life happens and we don't know what happens, but as long as we are here, as long as this is there, we want to keep the standard going. We change our menu every year or so. We keep the excitement going. We are going to be a breeding ground for a lot of young people to come here and learn. We enjoy it. We love doing what we are doing. So right now, we don't have any drastic future plans, but we just want to make sure that it goes as well as it goes.